Hello, Ring Bearer. Izaar back. We're going to talk about another commander that was requested quite often. We're talking about Gorbag, so tier 1 commander from the evil side. Very strong, very solid commander for a tier 1. Probably like best quality for price in terms of items and how you can unlock it. It's a tier 1, so you will have the respect quite easily. It's also one of the commander that you get for free as you just join the evil side. If you were on the good side, he's the commander from Mordor, so you basically get him for free. Respect 0 whenever you touch the evil side. He's an orc commander. He's a leader, so you get +5 command. So you get a huge army, and at the beginning of the game, you also get more troop as you reach level 20 and unlock the leader trait. So very strong in early game, and you will see why. Let's start with his skill. Keep in mind, I have Gorbag Respect 14, so I got a lot of points that I can distribute everywhere. The optimal build would be level 50 and having Respect 13, so you can have all trait over here all done. The higher trait here, Interrogator, you don't need any point in it, although there is a second build that I know with Gorbag that include the Interrogator trait. That being said, the build that I've tried the most and that I had success with is the current build you see here, and we're gonna go through all of it. So first of all, Watchman of Kiradungol, which works for orcs. Gorbag is a very orc-oriented commander, so you will want to run orc with him. So yeah, orcs will do 30% more damage, but they have a chance to succumb to madness. You don't want to invest any point in this trait until you can give the full 15 points, because at max level, your orc gain complete immunity to madness, which is crazy good against a lot of commander from the evil side if you're playing on non-RP server. Then you will go to the branch up here, and you're going to get all ally unit 30% chance to succumb to madness, which we get immunity here if you're orcs, and you're only going to play orcs on Gorbags. So immunity to madness here, this one gives you 30% chance to succumb to madness, which won't happen, and you get 60% more damage for 1 round, and this trigger every 2 rounds. So you basically get 90% damage every 2 rounds and 30% damage bonus just from these two skills for every single unit that you have in your army that are orcs, which should be your whole army. And you will put a single point in the trait right here, Corruption Curse, because every round against one enemy it deals poison damage. That's not the relevant part. It also has a 30% chance to cause madness, and this is why you put a single point. If you put more point in there, it's going to do more damage, but the percentage here doesn't change, so that's why only 1 point is required here. Up next, Grey Leader. Again, another trait for orcs, and damage received will be minus 15%. That's all damage: burn damage, focus damage, poison, and physical. Everything is reduced by 15%. Very strong. And at max level, your orc get even tankier, getting free HP. And you're gonna go in the top branch here for Orcish Warlord, giving you speed. Not the most relevant part, although it's very nice to attack first. But the damage received, again, another 14% of all damage received. So combined, this is 29% reduction damage from every source. Very, very good to make your orc tanky. So yeah, your orc are tanky here. Your orcs deal more damage here. What else? You're gonna put point in Old Orc, which the trait by itself, not great by itself. It gives 45 total focus, reducing your might by 15. Quite a fair trade, going to give you more more defense through your whole army. But the main part is because we want to reach the skill Dress Wound, which every 2 rounds, one ally unit will recover 400% HP. So it's a massive heal. And if you're running a single stack, which you might, depending on the current situation, is actually very strong. This heal is especially good at the beginning of the game because not a lot of commander on the evil side will have a heal, and most of the barrack provides orcs. So Mordor, Gundabad, and Angmar has orc as starting units. So this commander is very good with orcs and eels, so you get less troop loss at the beginning of the server, which makes Gorbag a very good commander to start with, because even in the late game with this build, he stay relevant, which is one of the problems that I had last season with Eowyn and even Gandalf. At a certain point in the season, they were utterly useless and I wasn't able to use them, and I was still using my Gorbag because it was able to withstand some Witch King and like do totally fine, even winning fight against some Witch King commander. The other build that I've heard of, although it's quite complicated because they don't. If you look at the spell, not the spell, sorry, the skills, the enemy that are subject to stun or madness receive more damage, but this happened every 2 rounds. But the restrain happen every 3 rounds, so you won't get the bonus damage here from this skill. You have to trigger it from this skill or one of the equipment that you will put on your Gorbag. So kind of a like missed opportunity here. They could have done like so those skills kind of stack together, but yeah, if you're able to go over here, maybe like a chance to get the stun. But I would recommend this build just because your unit do more damage, they become super tanky, and they also get some heal. So that's the build. Like I said, I recommend using Old Orc and a Grey Leader as you start the game, just for the tankiness, depending on how many points you've got. Kind of try to focus the heal so you restore more unit because it's every 2 rounds. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a look of the equipment that you could equip on your Gorbag. Yeah, see, he's a pretty balanced commander, so you should try to build might and focus. Well, for a commander. Alright, so let's go here. I have some in the backpack. There's some other that I will go and take a look in the Madam shop because I don't have them. First of all, I'm going to give, well, I don't want to say honorable mention, but if you have it, the Glaive of Minas Morgul, which is a Gorbag unique weapon, is very, very strong. It gives might and focus, which are the 2 stats that I was talking about, and also gives a bonus attack for orcs. Let's just forget Uruk-hai. You're never going to use Uruk-hai with Gorbag. There's no reason why use this kind of unit with him. But what is very strong with the glaives is War Veteran, which gives orc defense of 8.6, but, and this is where it gets very good, the stat is also modified by the commander's focus stat. So the stat here that you see will not be the same in the real combat. So you will have a boost. I think I was reaching around 20 with the whole focus that I had all around my armor and stuff. So all my orcs had 20 defense, and this is massive. We're going to talk about the defense buff a little bit later with the army composition that we want. All right, so now that we went through the glaives, if you don't have the glaive and you're not close, because it still costs like mithril, and it's 60 mithril to create the weapon, 60 mithril to upgrade it to 1 star, and another 60. I'm almost there, like I'm missing 3, so I'm gonna have a 2 star at the beginning of the season 4. But right now, because I'm in bag end, I there's no like tavern tip, so I'm kind of stuck at 57. All right, so there's only one purple weapon that could work with Gorbag, and is the cutlass. You go get some might, speed, not too relevant. But what is relevant is the +3 attack. But this is, keep in mind, this is for melee. So your Crusher, your Raider, those are the two really that will have. Sorry, and your Reaper. Those are the 3 units that will benefit from this. So if you're playing Reaper, this one is good. But as soon as you put Morgul crossbow, don't use this one because you're gonna lose so much damage. So that's the only purple weapon, but there are 2 gold weapon that are actually a good possibility for Gorbag. First one would be the black mace here, which give might and focus, a lot of might, a little bit of focus, but gives attack, army attack orc. I had one of these in the past. It also carried the substat might of orc, which boosts your damage by a certain percentage. So if you have might of orcs with this black mace could be very good with every unit, because it's just orc. So you can put Morgul arbalets and Morgul crossbow, sorry, and it would work fine. Reaper, Raider, anything that is orc, this works perfectly fine. The other one is the Reckoning. Once again, super strong weapon. It gives might, no focus, but gives another attack bonus for orcs, Ukai, and Evil Man. We mainly focus the orc here. And same thing, there is a proc for Might of Soldier, so melee unit would do more damage, or higher percentage. That's it for weapon. I personally had the option to choose between the legendary weapon for Gorbag and Khaldun, and chose Gorbag just because the substat for the defense is very good. So if you have the opportunity to get your glaive, I strongly suggest you get the glaive. Gorbag, in my opinion, is relevant in every season that you do, compared to Khaldun, where you absolutely need to have some evil man troops. Alright, so next one is the armor, and let's start real quick. Scale mail, might focus, melee defense, super strong, get your melee unit tanky, and again, melee vigor, -6%. So this one, very, very versatile, probably good with almost every single commander, to be fair. But especially with Gorbag, just because the 15% for melee, super, super solid. Then what I was running in the last season with my Gorbag, the Superior Oberg, again gives defense to your army, not only melee this time, so everything in your army, but only provides might. That's the trade-off. But if you are in a non-RP server, the fire protection, it can come super clutch with the already reduction of 29% that you already have just from your skill points. So yeah, this is one of the reason why I was able to defeat some Witch King with my Gorbag. Like, the whole reduction of damage was mitigating the whole beginning of the fight, and then my Gorbag with the heal was recovering some troops, and over time was doing more damage, and eventually was overlapping everything that the Witch King did in the first few rounds. Alright, then I actually have the Hunter skin, but this one is very, very, take it with a grain of salt. This one is only if you're using Morgul crossbow, because it is defense for ranged unit only. So I do not recommend it, but if you don't have any of the other option, this one could be like a filler, a temporary filler. So, well, range vigor, range ally will take less damage. That's pretty much the best one you can take. as well with this. If you want to focus for your Morgul crossbow, just take this one with the reduction of damage for the range unit. And last but not least, the Goblin Armor. Again, kind of a filler. It will reach Orc Defense 15. So if you compare to like a Scale Mail or even the Oberg, it doesn't reach quite as high, but will give more might, a little bit less focus. So I would prioritize the Scale Mail over this one as well. As for the trait, it's probably one of the most straightforward. Like you go Horde Vigor, there's honestly nothing else. Like you're not going to play tier 2, you don't care about poison damage, and Gorbag is not a commander that focus on might. So you're going to go Horde Vigor or nothing. And keep in mind that this armor, it's still a filler if you don't have the Scale Mail or even the Oberg. Alright. For the gold armor though, the good old Warborn battle plate gives defense, speed, and might, and fortitude of soldier, which reduces damage. You can even go with resilience of soldier. A lot of orcs are melee, and they could use this extra defense sometimes. I'm talking about Warlord from Gundabad, the tier 4. They're actually very, very weak in defense, so this could be very good. Otherwise, Fortitude of Soldier, flat reduction of damage, super strong as well. So this one is an option. And then the two other option I don't have anymore. Alright, so Madam here and here. Let's go to the bottom. There you go. Alright, so we're going to go with the bone armor. Straightforward, once again. Might focus and defense orc. Flat defense for orc. Any troop from any orc troop. So very strong again. A lot of orc have weak defense, so this helps a lot. I already had one of those, but I don't remember the sub trait. If anybody wants me to look it up, put a comment below. I'll check it out for you. Otherwise, there's probably like another melee vigor or something like that, or something like concerning the orcs. If you have them, I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. I trust you, but again, if you need some help, let me know in the comment. And the tracker plate, which I think, from my personal opinion, would be the best armor for Gorbag running orcs, because it gives might and focus to a pretty high level, and defense for the whole army, not only melee, of +10 for orcs. And I know for a fact, because I had one and I was waiting for another one with the good proc, I know for a fact there's another proc under it that gives up to 24 defense for the orc troop. So if you have this with defensive orc, super good. Like this armor, I think I calculated like over 40 defense if you have those two proc for orcs. It's a massive bonus for defense. So if you have it and you have the good proc, keep it like it's your precious. If you're playing Gorbag, this tracker plate is the best one. All right, let's go out for helmets now. And for that, we're gonna go back here. A few options for Gorbag. Let's start with the Bone Mask, which give mights and focus, the two stats we're looking for, and HP to your army. It's very good to have tankiness with the defense, but you need to have the HP to support that defense stats. And Bone Mask gives 3 HP. That's very strong. And it also carries the Hysteria trait, which if you build the second build that I was talking about, you will have access to the madness and the bonus damage that is related to the fact that they are under the influence of madness. The other trait that this one have is nothing really not health that is very good. Like you're not doing focus damage, no burn damage from your commander. So Izaar is pretty much the best one you can get on this one. All right, and off to the brutal helmet, which I still have one here. This one again is kind of a filler if you don't have anything else, just because it's support the HP for melee only. That's very important to know. That's HP for melee. I don't know if the bone mask is HP for melee. No, yeah, army, just the whole army. So again, like I said, this one is a filler if you don't have anything else. And I guess you could go for melee vigor, just because that's the only substat that doesn't affect like Urukai or Sapper Breaker, because the brutal helm is focused for Urukai. So melee vigor, damage received like minus, I think 6%. Yeah, 6%. So if you have no other choice, this one is a filler and will do the job just fine. But if you have a better option, obviously go for them. As for the helmet, let's go for gold helmet first. In my inventory, I have the Cask of Pride. Again, another huge defense buff. We've seen this helmet before. Commander Might and defense. No focus, unfortunately, for Gorbag, but the army defense melee, this one is melee, is huge. So Raider and your, well, just a good and a bad tier 4 that are super squishy will get that defense buff, and they will survive in battle. And that's pretty much what I have here. Let's see the other options, which are actually great. There's a few there's a few good helmet for orcs. So right here, Warhelm, army defense orc. So every single orc, including your Morgul crossbow, will get +5. I don't have the substats here, but I think there is substats for bonus defense, if I recall correctly seeing it. So yeah, this helmet, probably one of the best as well for orcs. And if we go down here, there's another one that is very good, and it is the Orcish Great Helms. Not a good choice, just because the army defense for orcs +10, just flat 10 at the first level, so you can upgrade it and it will get better, but it only provides might bonus, which by itself it's still good. The defense buff is great too, so this is another solid option. And again, I don't have the effect under it, so if you have any idea or you have a request for me to take a look, just let me know in the comment. I'll check it out for you. I'll get you your information. And from that on, the only thing that remains is the accessory slot. Let's start from the top here. We have the worn out smoking pipe, which gives focus and a huge amount. And if you have the glaives, it actually stacks pretty well, just because of the huge amount of focus you get. On this one, you need sustain. There's no other proc. Like, you need the healing proc every 2 rounds. All ally recover 31%. Mine is only 4-star. But yeah, this is the proc you need. If you don't have this proc, I don't even use this one. It's not worth it. You need the healing factor. The other one would be the Drum of Barad-dûr. Once again, super strong item. It gives might, focus, and speed. There's only one substats as well, and it's the army speed that you want. There's nothing else you have on this other than the speed. But it's also very strong just because of the up to +3 melee attack. Very important. So your Reaper will do a lot of damage past round 5, just because of the +3 that will be doubled. The other thing that you could use is sorry, let me take a look. I don't think I have them right here. Oh yeah, right. Sorry. Shield of the White Hand. Might and focus, a lot of focus, which is great. Might, slight might, that's fine. But your mainly carrying the shield because it gives orcs and Hyurkai defense. And again, defense is huge with Gorbag. That's what you want. Gives a +6 here at 2-star. Get by +2, so you're gonna get like +12 at the end, which is respectable. But the bad part of this is like there's no like sub stat that is good. You can put like March speed, I guess. That's the main one because you're not playing Urukai with Gorbag, and we're not playing Brawler either. So March speed, that's pretty much the only one. But to be fair, if you have it and you want to play it and you don't have the good substat, it doesn't really matter. Just use it for the defense. The other one I don't have. I'm gonna have to go in the Madam once again. And here. Those were for purple. There's no more purple. It's just gold. I had the Drum of Bardur. I'll go back, but I'll just do the Fine Smoking Pipe right now, but just because we're here, which gives flat focus and melee HP. Important to mention the melee. But there's a healing effect here that you can get, and I would say unless you have the healing effect, it's not worth it to use it. Use something else unless you have the healing effect on the Fine Smoking Pipe. And yeah, the last one, I have it here. It's the Drum of Barad-dûr that we already talked about. And this one also gives melee, but it gives a good focus bonus as well as might. Like the stat here are actually great, and has for the substat here. You can go with Iron Guard, very strong healing, which we love with Gorbag, and it's all melee unit anyways. Same Might of Soldier. Those are the two proc that you could go for. Grudge of Gundabad. I don't think it's worth, because if you take a look, it's 6 attack, which yes is a lot, but 36 defense. Like your orc will just like fall like a piece of cardboard. So that's pretty much it for the items. And now the only thing that remains is taking a look at the unit. I've talked about the unit a few times already, but we're just going to go over them. Some visual. First of all, I don't have access to the tier 4 from Gundabad, which if you are going to Gundabad, you need a Gorbag. This is the only like commander that truly supports Orc and reduce their damage, make them deal more damage, give them immunity to madness. If you are going Gundabad, you need Gorbag. You don't have any other option. Like this is your MVP. All right, so we have the Morgul Arbalest. So I was saying it correctly, which could be very good if they trigger the follow-up, which initiate 2 attack, even though their attack stat is pretty low, 9 to 16, and the gap between is quite high because of the amount of damage that you can boost them, which up to 90%. This damage, attacking twice, doing poison damage as well. These guys are very, very good at dealing damage. Then we also have the Raiders, which even though they're on Warg, they count as Orcs, and they are very strong against anything that is mounted because of the Predator trait here that gives another 20% against mounted unit, and they reduce 10% damage here. They are kind of your tanking unit sometimes, like you can use them that way. Otherwise, you've got your Crusher here that will, well, basically target the lowest attack enemy and deal more damage, and will crush the defense. The Crusher can be used with other commander just for the defense debuff, but they also serve a great purpose to be in the front line instead maybe of Raiders. They are super cheap. They are produced really, really fast. So very good unit, price and utility ratio. And yeah, you can see they already have like great defense with all the equipment, all the bonus that you get. They're gonna reach 100 defense quite easily and break the like 41 HP quite easily as well. So they will be tanky, they will drop defense, they will prioritize the enemy that deals less damage. So mainly tank, and because they attack the tank, they reduce their defense, so you're going to be able to do more damage to the tank. They are actually very good for that kind of purpose. And last but not least, the Reaper, which I would say if you're running equipment that are heavily on the melee side, like defense melee, HP melee, damage melee, you want to focus with the Reaper. They're kind of the same as the Arbalest in terms of what you want to do. They're your damage. So here, if you raise this at maximum around 5 and onward, so half the fight, they will deal 70% more damage, which is huge. And will also prioritize the enemy with the lowest defense. So you've got your Crusher frontline dropping the defense of the tank, and you have your Reaper that will go kill the Archer behind, which is most often the DPS of your enemy. So these guys just sneak around, kill the DPS, and then once they kill the DPS, they enter like round 5 and they get like 70% more damage, so they can finish the job from the front line. These guys are very strong. Do not underestimate them. They are quite squishy though, like 30 defense. That's why you need those stats, those defense stats on Gorbag. Like you want them to reach like almost 80 with all the defense equipment that you provided, and the HP will reach around like 38 to 40. So they become really strong, even though like they're super squishy at first. And yeah, just make the job harder for the other one. Yeah, this one is Troll. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for the units. There's not any other unit that are Orc. So if you're playing Good and the Bad, obviously focus your T4. That's what you want. Otherwise, a good line of Crusher or Raider with either Reaper or Morgul Arbalest. It's very strong. You can also do 2 stacks of army, so a front line of, for example, Crusher and your backline DPS. So there's multiple way you can actually build Gorbag with your army composition, but the only restriction is to build it with orcs. Like there's nothing else you should put with Gorbag. On that, if you have any question, if you have a suggestion, if you're curious about the second build where you use the madness debuff and damage or other equipment, just let me know. Post some comment. I read everything. I will answer them and I will try to help you the best I can. But on that, I'll let you have some fun in the game and I'll see you in another video. Ciao for now.